Gentlemen, let me ask you something few men ever admit out loud. Are you waking up tired even after what should have been a full night's sleep? Do you notice your drive quietly fading? Your mornings feeling heavier and your energy leaking away little by little? Maybe you've noticed changes in your firmness, or that spark that used to make you feel alive just isn't there anymore. If any of that sounds familiar, stay with me, because what I'm about to share is not another "you're just getting older" story. It's your body's quiet warning that something essential is missing. And here's what most men don't realize. By age 50, nearly half will experience some form of erectile dysfunction, according to data from the Cleveland Clinic. And almost all of them will also struggle with poor sleep quality. These aren't separate problems. They're connected by one missing piece. I'm Dr. Mika Hayashi, a urologist with over a decade of experience helping men restore vitality, circulation, and confidence naturally. And I can tell you the number of men who sit in my office saying, "Doc, I guess this is just age," would fill a stadium. I always stop them, because no, it's not just age. When your sleep collapses, when your energy tanks, and when your desire disappears, that's not timing. That's your nightly recovery system breaking down. You see, nighttime isn't just the pause between one day and the next. It's your command center. It's when your body rebuilds itself. It's when testosterone peaks, when blood vessels expand and repair, when your prostate calms, and when your brain clears the waste that fogs your focus. It's the factory shift that keeps every system running smoothly. Heart, hormones, and performance. But if that shift fails, everything downstream starts to crumble. Stamina, mood, clarity, even intimacy. Here's what I want you to understand today. Fixing this doesn't require drugs or expensive treatments. Often it comes down to one simple nutrient, something your body uses every single night to signal rest, repair, and recharge. And nearly every man I test over 60 is deficient in it. That deficiency alone can cause restless sleep, weak recovery, muscle tightness, nighttime bathroom trips, and poor circulation. Correcting it changes everything from how deeply you rest to how confidently you wake. Before we dive in, take a second and tell me where you're watching from. I read every comment, and it always reminds me how universal this issue is. Now, let's talk about what's really happening when you close your eyes. Most men assume sleep is passive, like shutting off the lights. In reality, it's the most active repair cycle your body runs. Each stage of deep sleep resets hormones, expands blood flow, and calms inflammation. But if your system doesn't get the signal to drop into that deeper state, everything stays on high alert. You might fall asleep, but your nervous system never lets go. You wake up stiff, cloudy, and discouraged. What triggers that failure? Stress, caffeine, dehydration, and yes, nutrient depletion. The very minerals that help your muscles relax and your blood vessels open are the same ones your body quietly loses with age, medication use, and poor absorption. That's why I tell my patients, if you're tossing at night, waking unrefreshed, or noticing fewer morning erections, it's not just fatigue, it's feedback. Your body is asking for support. So let's start with the first hidden truth most men never hear. What's really going wrong isn't complicated. It comes down to a quiet deficiency that nearly 70% of older men share, yet very few ever correct. Magnesium depletion. Now, you've probably heard the word magnesium tossed around, but let's get real about what it does. Magnesium is the calm switch of your entire nervous system. It tells your muscles to relax after they contract. It tells your blood vessels to open after they constrict. It tells your mind to slow down after a long day. In short, magnesium tells your body, you're safe. It's time to rest. Without enough of it, your body can't flip that switch. What happens then? You may fall asleep, but you never stay asleep. You wake up several times during the night. Your legs feel restless. Your mind races. And when morning comes, you feel like you never actually rested. Sound familiar? Here's the science. As men age, magnesium levels naturally drop due to reduced intestinal absorption and higher urinary loss. Add to that coffee, alcohol, blood pressure medications, and even stress, all of which drain magnesium even faster. Over time, the body becomes locked in a low magnesium state. The result is chronic tension, poor blood flow, muscle tightness, and shallow sleep. This is where things get interesting. A 2022 review from the National Institutes of Health found that men with low magnesium had significantly lower testosterone levels, higher inflammation markers, and more frequent nighttime urination. Why? Because magnesium is essential for both hormone regulation and vascular health. When you restore it, your blood vessels relax, your circulation improves, and your prostate experiences less pressure. Think of your body like a city that runs on electricity. Magnesium is the wiring that carries the current. Without it, lights flicker, machines stall, and everything runs less efficiently. When you replace it, suddenly the power comes back online, muscles loosen, the mind calms, and energy returns. I had a patient named Victor, 65 years old, who told me, "Doc, I'm doing everything right. I walk daily. I eat clean, but I still wake up feeling drained." His lab results showed a magnesium level barely half of what it should be. We didn't start with testosterone therapy or prescriptions. We started with magnesium. Within 2 weeks of consistent use, he was sleeping through the night, waking up refreshed, and his morning energy and confidence had returned. But here's where most men go wrong, and it's costing them results they could be getting in days, not months. They finally decide to try magnesium, walk into a pharmacy, and grab the cheapest bottle they see, usually labeled magnesium oxide. And after a few days, they give up, saying it didn't work. The truth is, magnesium oxide barely absorbs. It passes through your system without doing its job, often leaving you with nothing but stomach discomfort. That's why the form of magnesium matters more than the label. Certain types actually reach your muscles, brain, and blood vessels where they're needed most. Let me break down the 2 I recommend for men over 60. The first is magnesium glycinate. This form binds to the amino acid glycine, which helps the mineral cross cell membranes more efficiently. It directly activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and recover mode. Within days, most men report less muscle tension, calmer breathing, and fewer nighttime wake-ups. The second is magnesium threonate. This one crosses the blood-brain barrier. It works inside your nervous system to quiet racing thoughts, reduce anxiety, and improve memory. It's the one I recommend when men tell me, "My body is tired, but my mind won't shut off." Using the right form is like finally getting the right key for a locked door. The door was never broken. You just needed the right tool. I remember a patient named Harold, 68, who had given up hope after trying sleeping pills, herbal teas, and meditation apps. We adjusted just 2 things. Switched him from magnesium oxide to glycinate and moved his dose to 30 minutes before bed. In 5 nights, he told me, "Doc, I'm finally sleeping like I used to, and I wake up with energy again." When magnesium timing aligns with your circadian rhythm, your body stops fighting itself. Cortisol drops, melatonin rises, blood vessels open, and the restorative phases of sleep extend longer. That's when recovery really begins. Deeper breathing, slower heart rate, better hormone production. But even with the right form, timing still determines success. Magnesium is naturally calming. It slows the release of stress hormones, relaxes your blood vessels, and signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. If you take it in the morning, you blunt those benefits. You may feel sluggish and lose the very nighttime recovery you're trying to rebuild. Here's what's happening in your body. After about 9 mom, your system shifts into a completely different operating mode driven by your circadian rhythm. This internal clock governs everything from hormone production to blood pressure and brain activity. During this window, usually between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m., your body begins producing melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. At the same time, cortisol levels begin to drop and your core body temperature lowers. These changes set the stage for deep restorative sleep, during which your body repairs tissues, regulates hormones, and crucially produces testosterone. In fact, according to studies from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, even 1 night of interrupted sleep can measurably lower your testosterone levels the next day. The ideal time is 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Take it with warm water or chamomile tea. Dim the lights and step away from bright screens. When you do this consistently, you train your body to associate magnesium with sleep. Your nervous system learns that this is the cue to shut down the day's stress and enter repair mode. This one change alone can transform your nights. Now, here's the third mistake that quietly discourages most men expecting instant results. We live in a world of quick fixes. 1 pill for energy, 1 drink for focus, 1 ad promising overnight change. But your body doesn't heal on demand. It rebuilds gradually night after night. Just like a muscle strengthens through steady training. Magnesium isn't a stimulant. It's a stabilizer. It doesn't jolt your system, it re-educates it. That's why the men who benefit most are the ones who stay consistent long enough for the changes to accumulate. In the first few nights, you may notice falling asleep faster or feeling a little calmer. By the end of the first week, your sleep becomes deeper, your bathroom trips fewer, and your morning alertness returns. After 2 or 3 weeks of steady use, something bigger happens. Your nervous system resets. You start waking up with natural energy, a clear mind, and that quiet confidence you thought you'd lost. I tell my patients it's like charging a battery that's been drained for years. 1 hour of charging won't restore it, but consistent power over time brings it back to full capacity. The same goes for your body's recovery system. Each good night of sleep is another hour on the charger. Let me share a story. Paul, a 71-year-old retired engineer, came to see me after months of exhaustion and fading drive. He had tried everything from protein shakes to prescription sleep aids. Nothing worked longer than a few days. We adjusted one thing, a nightly magnesium glycinate routine taken 45 minutes before bed, paired with a consistent wind-down ritual. The first week, he said he noticed a calm he hadn't felt in years. By week 3, he was sleeping through the night, waking rested, and in his own words, feeling like the lights were finally back on. His mood improved, his focus sharpened, and yes, his intimate confidence returned naturally. That's what consistency does. It's not a miracle. It's biology allowed to work as designed. So, here's the exact protocol I recommend. Take 200 to 300 mg of magnesium glycinate or 1 g of magnesium threonate 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Take it with warm water or herbal tea. Avoid taking it with calcium-heavy foods like milk or cheese because calcium competes for absorption. If you want food sources to support this, 1 cup of cooked spinach provides 150 to 200 ml. A 4 cup of pumpkin seeds provides about 190 ml. 1 oz of dark chocolate provides around 64 ml. But for therapeutic results, especially if you're deficient, supplementation is the most reliable path. Now, let's take this one step further. Because while magnesium is the foundation, there are 2 more nutrients that elevate everything to another level: zinc and vitamin B6. Together, they form what I call the nighttime vitality stack. These 3 nutrients work synergistically to repair, recover, and rebuild your strength while you sleep. Think of them as a 3-person crew. Magnesium calms your nervous system. Zinc supports hormone production. Vitamin B6 acts as the translator that helps both minerals communicate inside your cells. Zinc is especially crucial for men because it plays a direct role in testosterone synthesis and sperm health. Low zinc levels can quietly sabotage your energy, motivation, and confidence. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory that helps calm the prostate and supports immune strength. For men over 60, maintaining healthy zinc levels means maintaining vitality itself. Vitamin B6 might not sound as exciting, but it's the behind-the-scenes director that makes everything else work smoothly. It helps convert amino acids into neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the chemicals that regulate your sleep, mood, and drive. Without enough B6, even the best magnesium and zinc supplements underperform. The combination of these 3 nutrients, magnesium, zinc, and B6, is often known as ZMA in the medical world. Studies show that men who take this combination before bed experience deeper sleep, higher morning testosterone levels, and faster muscle recovery. In one trial published in the Journal of Exercise Physiology, men taking ZMA for just 8 weeks saw a significant increase in free testosterone and strength compared to those taking a placebo. So, how do you use it correctly? It's simple. Take your magnesium glycinate or threonate about 200 to 300 millimolar with 20 to 30 ml of zinc and 10 ml of vitamin B6 about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Avoid taking it with calcium-heavy foods and instead pair it with a glass of warm water or herbal tea. And remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Your body responds to patterns. The more consistent your sleep routine, hydration, and evening window become, the faster your nervous system learns to relax and restore naturally. Here's the complete nighttime routine I recommend for men over 60. It's simple, practical, and completely natural. 1. Set the stage. About an hour before bed, dim the lights. Bright light tells your brain to stay alert. Soft light triggers melatonin release. 2. Take your stack. 200 ml of magnesium, 20 to 30 ml of zinc, and 10 ml of B6 with warm water or herbal tea. 3. Unplug. Put away phones and screens. Blue light suppresses melatonin and cancels magnesium's calming effect. 4. Stretch or breathe. 10 minutes of gentle stretching loosens muscles and enhances blood flow, especially to your lower body. Or try the 4 to 78 breathing method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Repeat 5 times. This stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. 5. Sleep in darkness. A cool, quiet, dark room supports deep restorative cycles. Aim for 65 to 68 degef. Do this for 14 nights straight. Track how often you wake up, how you feel in the morning, and how your energy holds through the day. Most men are surprised to see measurable changes within the first 2 weeks. Here's why this works. When your nervous system finally gets the magnesium it needs, it stops firing in overdrive. Cortisol, your stress hormone, drops. Blood vessels dilate, delivering more oxygen to muscles and pelvic tissue. Melatonin rises naturally, improving sleep depth, and testosterone production stabilizes during the early hours of the morning when your body is at full rest. The result is what I call the restoration triad. Better sleep, stronger circulation, and renewed confidence. When those 3 align, everything else follows. Sharper memory, lighter mood, and more stable energy throughout the day. Now here's something that surprises many of my patients. Most erectile issues aren't rooted in low testosterone. They're vascular. That means they're about blood flow, not just hormones. In fact, according to a landmark paper published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, erectile dysfunction is often an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease. Why? Because the blood vessels in the penis are among the smallest in the body. And when they start to narrow, you'll feel it there first. Think of your vascular system as a network of highways and back roads. For a firm, reliable erection, you need traffic to flow freely and quickly through clear, flexible pathways. If those pathways are inflamed, stiff, or clogged, blood flow slows and performance suffers. So what controls these blood vessels? One major player is a molecule called nitric oxide. It's produced by the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels, and it's responsible for relaxing and widening those vessels, a process called vasodilation. Nitric oxide is the reason drugs like Viagra work. They amplify its effect. But your body can produce nitric oxide naturally if you support it properly. If you want to amplify the vascular benefits of your magnesium stack, consider adding one more simple step. About an hour before bed, drink half a cup of beetroot juice or tart cherry juice. Beetroot juice is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Tart cherry juice contains melatonin, magnesium, and polyphenols that support both sleep and circulation. These work synergistically with your magnesium stack to open blood vessels, support tissue oxygenation, and enhance morning performance. It's not required, but many of my patients who add this step report even stronger results. Now, let's talk about what to expect and when. In the first week, you'll likely notice subtle changes. Better sleep quality, slightly more energy, and a calm feeling you haven't felt in years. In weeks 2 to 3, you'll see noticeable improvements. Sleeping through the night, waking rested. Morning erections may return and focus sharpens. By week 4 and beyond, you'll experience significant results, restored confidence, sustained energy throughout the day, and intimate performance improves naturally. This isn't a miracle. It's biology allowed to work as designed. Each good night of sleep is another hour on the charger rebuilding what's been drained for years. Before you start, here are a few important notes. If you're taking blood thinners or blood pressure medications, talk to your doctor first, as magnesium can interact with these. Some people experience mild digestive upset when starting magnesium. If that's you, start with a lower dose and build up gradually. And anyone with kidney disease should consult their physician before supplementing with magnesium. Let's recap what we've covered today. 1. Magnesium deficiency is one of the most common but overlooked causes of fatigue, poor sleep, and weaker circulation in men over 60. 2. Choose the right form. Magnesium glycinate for relaxation. Magnesium threonate for mental calm. 3. Timing matters. Take it 30 to 60 minutes before bed to trigger your natural recovery system. 4. Be patient and consistent. It takes nights, not hours, for your body to rebuild balance. 5. Stack it smartly. Combine magnesium with zinc and vitamin B6 for optimal hormone balance, recovery, and performance. Together, these steps rebuild what I call your recovery architecture, the internal system that governs how deeply you rest, how well you heal, and how much energy you wake up with. When that system is strong, everything else improves. Circulation, confidence, even emotional well-being. Gentlemen, fatigue, fading desire, and poor sleep are not irreversible signs of aging. There are signs that your body is asking for support. Your cells are still listening. Your hormones are still responsive. And your body still knows how to recover when you give it the right tools. So tonight, take that first step. Don't overcomplicate it. Start with magnesium glycinate 30 to 60 minutes before bed every night for the next 2 weeks. Once your body adjusts, Add zinc and B6. Keep your evenings calm and predictable. You'll be surprised at how quickly your energy, sleep, and confidence begin to shift. And if you ever doubt whether it's worth it, remember this. You're not doing this just to feel rested. You're doing it to feel alive again, to wake up clear-headed, steady, and proud of how your body responds, to share your days with the people you love, free from the fog of fatigue. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which part of today's conversation resonated with you most? Sleep, energy, or confidence? Leave your answer in the comments. Your words might be the reason another man finally takes action. If this video helped you, please give this video a like. Subscribe for more daily advice on natural vitality and men's health, and share it with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late to restore strength, drive, and purpose. I'm Dr. Mika Hayashi. I will see you in the